Hello, everybody. Yes, I am a king. Yeah, okay. Let me be serious about this. From the starting point, we are dealing with polynomial equations. Whereby we are solving by using non-division and factor theorem. Whereby we are solving by using non-division and factor theorem. And here we are requested to prove or show that 2x plus 1 is indeed the factor of 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4 by using long division method. Okay, listen very attentively. We are starting now. So we have this type of question where we are requested to show that 2x plus 1 is a factor of this f(x). So the first thing we're gonna say 2x plus 1 divided by all into 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4. Yes, minus 4. Then we have this type of question. The first thing that you have to look first, or you have to do, these numbers or these values, they are called divisor or divisor, because it's the one that we are going to divide the whole thing with this number. You understand? So we are going to divide the first term by 2x and then write that number on top of our equation. So when I divide 3x cubed by 2x, is gonna be 6 divided by 2, of which is 3, and then x cubed divided by x, of which is gonna be x squared. Then again, after dividing these two terms, we are going to multiply that answer we have get from those two numbers by the very same number, by dividing. In fact, we are going to say 3x squared into 2x plus 1.
How multiply that number?
Plus 1. Okay, let's continue. After we get that answer, we didn't yet get our answer. We're still factorizing or simplifying. All right, so here we factorize, or we simply not factorize, we simplify, because we have bracket. So we're gonna multiply all numbers inside the bracket by the outside number. So we are going to say 3x squared multiplied by 2x, of which is going to be 3 multiplied by 2 is going to be 6, and then x squared multiplied by x is x cubed. Then 3 multiplied by not 3 multiplied by 1, since when we have positive 1, we all know that when we don't have any number, any sign any sign, we assume that number is positive if we don't have negative sign. So in this case, our 3 is positive, so it's gonna be positive multiplied by positive, of which is gonna be positive. Then 3 multiplied by 1 is 3x squared. It's 3x squared. If you look very careful, this our answer is the same as this first two numbers here in our equation. It's the same as 6x cubed minus 5x cubed. Since when these numbers are the same, so we want to get the difference of those two bracket numbers, or those two product numbers, because we have two different numbers. We have cubed numbers and we have squared numbers. So we are going to subtract our answer from this equation. That simply means we are going to say 6x cubed minus 5x squared, then minus what? Minus 6x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x squared. Then we minus this. But since when we have bracket here, let us make our things easier. Let us not complicate our things. The first thing I would like you to do is to break the bracket by multiplying brackets by negative sign, by multiplying everything inside the bracket by the negative sign outside the bracket, and then bring down these values as they are. That simply means we are going to say 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus negative multiplied by positive 6x squared is how much? Is negative 6x cubed. Then negative multiplied by positive, it's negative. Then we have 3x squared. Then if we can check here, we have what you called like numbers. Then let us add our like numbers so that we can see what we get from there. When we say 6x cubed is the same as 6x cubed, yes, they are the same, but they are not the same with sign. This one is negative and this one is positive. That simply means this one is going to cancel by this one, and we are going to left with this one and this one. Since when we are dealing with negative and negative, that simply means we are going to bring our answer as it is negative. Then we add these numbers. 5 plus 3 is 8. It's 8x squared. Then we bring down negative x. We bring down negative 12x. We bring down negative 12x here. We are going to have negative 12x. Then from there, a moment. okay. From here, we have minus 8 squared minus 12x. Then from here, we divide the first term again by the first term of divisor, of which is 2x. The first thing that we did from here, we apply here. In other way, we repeat the first step in order to get that 2x plus 1 is a factor of 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4 by using long division. Don't forget, we are using long division. Okay, from here we are going to divide negative divided by positive. It's negative. The answer of this one we write on top because it's a quotient. We write on top of these numbers. Okay, the minus divided by positive, it's negative. Then we have 8 divided by into it's 4, it's minus 4, then x squared minus divided by x, it's x, then we have x. Then again we multiply this number by this step. Don't forget that I said earlier we are repeating the first step that we did here. Everything that we did here, we are doing again by this number again, up until we get here again, up until we get the like terms, up until we are going to subtract other numbers. So we have negative 4x. We are going to multiply this by this number. So we are going to say negative 4x into 2x plus 1 plus 1. Why we multiply this number by this number? Because we want to make sure that 2x indeed is a factor of this equation. That is why we multiply by this number. So after we multiply by this number, what do? We simplify this term, whereby we multiply everything inside the bracket with number outside the bracket. So negative 4x multiplied by 2x is gonna be negative is negative. We're gonna have negative 8 multiplied by 2 is 8. It's 8x squared. It's 8 squared minus 4x. So when we check this number, it's the same as this number here. It's the same as no. After we get this number, sorry. After we get this number, we are going to subtract this number, this value here we get from this number, because this number is the same as this number. We have negative 8x squared, we have negative 8 squared. What is different is this one, and we are not interested on this one. We are interested on this one because we want to see these numbers cancel each other at the end of the day. So we are going to subtract this number from this term. So we are going to say we have 8x squared, of which is this one, and minus 12x, of which is this one, and then minus into negative 8x squared into negative 8x squared minus 4x. Then let us go straight to the answer. Because when we multiply, because of time, let us go straight to the answer. When we multiply negative by negative, we get positive, of which is telling us this number is going to be negative, is going to be positive 8 squared. So this number is going to be unlike this one, so it is going to cancel this one. So we are going to left with negative 12x plus, because of negative and negative, so this becomes now plus, it become positive. So we are going to have, sorry about the screen, okay. So where we are. Oh, I was saying we left with negative 12x, and then negative multiplied by negative, it's positive, then it's positive 4, then negative 12 plus 4, negative 12 plus 4, it's negative 8, because this is positive and this number is bigger than this one. So our answer, it has to be negative. Then we are going to have negative x, then we bring down negative 4, then we are going to have negative 4, then we are going to have negative 4. The very same thing we did here, we are doing again here. Then after we are bringing down negative 4, we divide this term, the first term of negative 8x by this term. by this 2x in order to get the last value of this term. So we are going to say negative 8x divided by 2x is gonna be minus, because of negative divided by positive, so it's gonna be negative. So 8 divided by 2 is gonna be 4, and then x divided by x cancel x, so we are left with only 4. Okay, then after we have this, what we do again, we multiply this term by this term. So we are going to have negative 4, we are going to have negative 4 into 2x plus 1 okay, plus 1. Okay, after we have this, what we did here, we multiply everything inside the bracket with outside the number. Then we're going to have this number by negative 4 multiplied by positive 2x is gonna be negative 8x. Is gonna be negative 8x. Then negative 4 multiplied by positive 1 is gonna be negative 4. Is gonna be negative 4. Then again we subtract this number from this number, because this number they are like, yeah, I can see that they are like terms. So in order for us, we can cancel these values. So we are going to subtract this answer from this answer. So we are going to have negative 8. We are going to have negative 8x minus 4 minus into negative 8x minus 4. Then let us go straight to the answer. Because of time. Then we are going to have negative multiplied by negative is going to be positive. Then positive multiplied by positive is going to cancel each other. Then this number is going to be cancel this number. Then we left with minus 4. Then this number is going to be negative multiplied by negative is going to be positive. Then the positive multiplied by positive is gonna be 0, because they are equal and they are alike. So it's gonna be minus 4 plus 4. Then the answer that we get here is gonna be 0. Of which is our remainder. It is our remainder, of which this is make us to be sure of that it is indeed that 2x plus 1 is a factor of 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4. Because why I'm saying that, because at the end our remainder is 0, and in order for us for the factor to be a factor of other equation, it has to be 0. Why 0? Because if you can check, we have 2x plus 1, and this is the same as is equals to 0, because it's a factor of that. Is a factor of this. It's a factor of not this. It's a factor of this equation. Okay. Then if it is so, when we solve for x for this number, we are going to have 2x is equals to negative 1 divided by 2, then 2 cancel 2, we left with only x. Therefore x is equals to negative half. Therefore when we substitute this value of x is equals to negative half from this equation, we have to get 0. When we substitute negative half on this equation, we have to get 0. That make us be sure of indeed this number of 2x plus 1 is a factor of 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 12x minus 4. I would like to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is Sfazo. I would like to say thank you.